Is Kishan, and today we are going to look at foreign key constraint in Oracle SQL. So what are constraints? Constraints would help us to maintain data integrity and accuracy in our database, in our schemas. So what constraint would help us to achieve is that no junk data is accumulated in our table on a course of time. Till now we have seen not null constraint, check constraint, unique key and primary key. This is the fifth and the last one that I'm covering, that is foreign key constraint. If you want to look at all these previous constraints that I just named, you can check out the other videos that I have created. Now to understand this foreign key constraint, I would like you to explain it with an example. Say suppose you have a departments table where you are storing department ID and department name of an organization. Okay, say suppose your departments are like you have an IT department, an HR department, an admin department. You have given some numbers to them, say 10, 20 and 30. Now you have an employees table. In employees table you are storing the employee's name, the employee's ID and in which department they are working. So of course when you have a department's master table, each and every employee that works in an organization should be associated to one of the departments, right? So if you want to implement this condition, this constraint, that in the department ID column the values that are entered should be legitimate, like they should be of particular department. This you can achieve through a foreign key constraint. So what a foreign key constraint does, it specifies that the value in a column, like in this department ID, all the values in this department ID must correspond to values in referenced primary key or unique key. They must be from another table, another table's column, which is again a primary key or a unique key, or that data is null, right? So this is what foreign key is all about. You cannot insert any junk values. You cannot say I am from department ID 99, right? There is no department ID 99 present in this departments table. So this is a violation of foreign key and that won't be allowed. So only those data that are present in our master table would be allowed. So this is the whole concept of foreign key. I'll just explain this with an example. Okay, so let me create a table called as demo underscore department. Okay, I'll just have two columns in this: department ID, which is number, which is a primary key. Okay, and the other one is department name, which is varchar2 with a size of 30. I'll execute this. As we can see, the demo department table is created. So I have created one column with primary key constraint. Okay, now I'll insert some values into it. Insert into demo department values. For department ID 10, let's say IT. Similarly, I'll insert for other few records also, like department number 20 I'll give to HR, department number 30 I'll give to admin. Right, I'll just execute these three statements. As you can see, it shows that 3 rows are inserted. I'll just commit this data, and now I'll create an demo underscore employees table with 3 columns. First of all being employee ID, which will be number, which will be the primary key of this table. Now over here, as you see, I have given a primary key at the column level. In this I'll give it the table level. Okay, then employee name, varchar2 30, and now I have something like department ID, which will be number. So I'll make a primary key constraint on employee ID. So constraint name, I'll give a name of like it's a demo enp table, so primary key of that. Constraint name. Now constraint type, primary key on what column? On employee underscore ID column. The next one constraint would be the foreign key constraint. Now how to give that? Just write constraint, then give a legitimate name, say demo empfk foreign key. Okay, it is a foreign key constraint. On which column? It is on department ID column, where it will reference. So we write references this table, demo department table, and which column of this table? So in braces we'll give the column, that is department ID. You can give the same name, different name, all is fine. The only reason that I have done it this way is because so that we can come to know how can we give constraint at table level also. Here I have given at the column level. Okay, I'll just create this. Yeah, so now what is happening is, in my newly created demo employees table, when I'll insert data for department ID, I can insert only that data which is present in demo departments tables department ID column. Okay, so this has a connection. This connection would be this, what we have seen here. Like you can insert only those records which are present in your master table or your referencing table or your parent table. You can name it the way you like. Okay, so here the master table or parent table will be demo department because it contains the primary key which is then referenced by the child table, that is demo underscore emp, right? You can always refer back, like from a child table you can refer to the primary tables primary key or unique key only. Okay, so if your demo emp is your child table and demo department is your master table, then you can only refer to primary keys and unique keys of demo department table. Yes, you can refer to unique keys also. I've seen a lot of people posting online like you cannot refer back to unique key. No, you can. And in Oracle you can insert n number of null values in a unique key constraint. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just demonstrate how it works. Okay, I'll insert some record into this demo underscore emp table. So I'll write an insert into table name values, and now as I said, say I can give employee ID as whatever, say 100, employee name is ABC, fine, and now comes the department ID. So I can put department ID any of these three, 10, 20, 30, fine. Let me give 10. Execute it. As you can see, the record is inserted. If I query this table, select star from demo underscore emp, you can see that this record is inserted. Now let me insert another record for say same department. You can have two people working in the same department, right? Like ABC and Ricky both work for the department ID 10. Okay, so I'll insert it that way. As you can see, the record is successfully inserted. It is present in the table. Now let me insert someone in the HR department, say for 102, say James works for the department ID 20, right? So I'll execute it. As you can see, the record is inserted. So what I want to show is, see, you can insert one record multiple times in your child table. There's no problem in that. There can be records in the master table which are not referenced in the child table. As you can see, 30 is not all referenced over here. That is perfectly fine. Okay, so these two things please be clear of. You can repeat your master tables data in your child table, and there can be data in your child table which is and there can be data in your parent table which is not there in the child table. Okay, that is also allowed. Now one more thing that is allowed is, like, I can put 103, say XYZ and null. Yeah, when I execute it, as you can see, the record is inserted. Now you might question that there is no null entered in your demo department table, right? There is no null department ID present here. If I do a select star from this one, as you see, there is no null department ID and then department name, something like that. But over here I even entered null. As I told you during the presentation, that the column should be referenced and should contain value of the primary key or unique key column that they are referencing, or they can be null. So that is also allowed in Oracle. You can put null values. Okay, so your foreign key column can contain null values even if your referenced columns does not have null values. Please do remember that. If you have to stop that, make this this column as not null. Okay, so this is also one question that I see everywhere online. Mostly when I make my videos, I try to tackle the questions that I see on, you know, various platforms, various forums and all. So you can enter null over here, and you can reference to primary key and unique key both. Now what happens if you try and enter something that is not present in your parent table? Say suppose if I try and enter 104, say name as say BBC, and department ID is 50. Now 50 is not present, so when you try and insert 50 which is not present in your master table or your parent table, it throws you an error saying integrity constraint HR dot constraint name violated, parent key not found. So whenever you see this parent key not found, that means your master table does not have that data which you are trying to insert. Okay, so that is it. That is when you get parent key not found. Let me commit this. So I've committed this data in the child table. See, you can see here committed, right? So when you see in your child table, you have record with department ID 10, 20 and null, and in your master table you have 10, 20 and 30, right? So what if I try to delete this department ID 10 from the master table? What happens? So if I write a delete from the master table, that is demo underscore department, where department ID is equal to 10. I'm trying to delete it. It says integrity constraint again. Okay, it says the schema name dot constraint name violated, child record found. Okay, what it is saying is, boss, you are trying to delete something from demo underscore department. Okay, it has some values which is referenced by a child table. Okay, there is a child record found. As you can see, department ID 10 is referenced here for this two records, 100 and 101. So it is saying there is a child record present. I cannot let you allow and delete this. First take care of the children. Okay, first take care of the children, delete the children, and then come and delete from the master. That is what it is trying to say. So if I delete this from here, delete from demo underscore emp, where department ID is equal to 10. If I delete it from here, you can see that two rows are deleted. Now I don't have any record in demo underscore emp with department ID 10. So then child table, there is no record with that value. And now if I go and delete it from the parent, that is demo underscore department, it deletes it easily. Okay, it doesn't give any error, it deletes this. You will not see this department ID 10 in your master table. So this is what, like, if you try and delete something from the parent table which is referenced in the child table and is present in the child table, it will not let you delete it. Okay, and if you try and insert some values in the child table which is not present in the parent table, it will not let you insert it. So this is what foreign key constraint is all about. You know, it restricts the kind of data that you insert or delete from your child and master table. And one more thing, like if there are any constraint that you are not able to do it with foreign keys, you can do it with triggers. Okay, this is one thing that I've learned in my experience, that if you want to implement something that you are not able to achieve through a simple foreign key, you can create triggers on those two tables and do it. But that's a vast and different topic. This was just a thing that came to my mind. Okay, so this we have seen two things: how child record found, parent child record found and parent not found errors you can get, and how you can easily solve them. Now one more thing is, like if say suppose if there is any record in your parent table which is not referenced by your child table, you can easily delete it. As say here you have department ID 30 and department name admin, but you don't have any value with department ID 30 in your demo employees table, the child table. So you can simply go and delete it. There's no there's no problem. Yeah, so if your parent key is not referenced anywhere in your child table, you can delete it. But if your parent key is referenced in your child table, you need to delete it first from the child and then you can delete it from the parent. So this is the video on foreign keys, but there are two more things, that is on delete cascade and on delete set null. I believe this video is going a little bit lengthy, so I have created two more videos, that is on special clauses of on delete cascade and on delete set null. Those are about when you try and delete from the parent table and you want to delete it from the child table also, or if you want that record to be removed from child table, what to do. This functionality Oracle has given us with this on delete cascade and on delete set null. I'll create separate video on it. Please do tune in to watch that. I hope that this video is informative and you guys learn something more than you already knew. Please do like, share and subscribe and comment on the videos. This is Kishan signing off. Thank you.